People don't understand, like, it's just such a process. Like, just from being a captain at Penn State and putting in the work that we did and bringing Penn State back from the sanctions and all that we went through, and, you know, Penn State having that Joe Paterno stain and the Sandusky scandal and all that deal, and kind of working through that and winning the Big Ten championship our junior year and bringing Penn State back to being a top 10 perennial team, like, that was so tough. You know, being unranked and beating number 2 Ohio State that year and, like, really being back. I mean, what we accomplished there, it can never be taken away, like, just period. You know, it's a part of history, and I think to have the level of individuals that we did and the level of character that we had at that school and the work that we put in, and to come back the way that we did, and then to get to the league, you know, and to be a guy from Penn State that's linebacker you know, to be considered among those names, or even be mentioned among those names, like, you got to be like that. It's just what it is. Like, it's linebacker you. So to come out and to really, like, etch my name in history, you know, finish top 10 all time in tackles and do things like that, and to feel, you know, disrespected by going undrafted, you know, people just think, like, oh, you get to the league, like, okay, what round were you drafted in? And you're like, I signed as a free agent. Like, I had to earn it. Like, it's a lot different, and people don't understand the levels of expectations that come with being a first round compared to a 7th round guy or an undrafted guy, and the level of opportunity, and the fact that being a 7th round, a late draft pick, or going undrafted, like, you're going to get the scraps. That's just what it is. There's money invested in these 1st, 2nd, 3rd rounders where they got to develop these guys because those are decisions that were made. So I think when you get to the league and you understand that, and you have less opportunity, you know that you got to make the most out of every little thing that you do. You know, you just take everything, you know, with a grain of salt. You take everything so serious. You know, you take every rep, every meeting, every little detail, because you know when you get to the NFL and you see what the revolving door looks like, how guys are in and out the building. Guys get cut almost every single day, and people don't understand that. And knowing that any day could be your last opportunity. Imagine showing up to a job and feeling like every single day is an audition. You may have the job today, but what you do today truly will affect whether you're there or not tomorrow. There's not a lot of people who have to live with that level of, there's a level of anxiety, there's a level of, you know, feeling like you're someone on thin ice when you have to live in that environment 24/7, and people don't understand how that can affect you, what you got to go through, especially being a guy who's undrafted or a late draft pick. So, yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough, but it's what it is. You know, I like, only the dogs make it through. That's just the truth. You go look at the numbers, you go look at the odds. I mean, I forget what it is. I think to make it to year 3, year 4, like 1.7%, something like that. Just doesn't happen. So that's the biggest reason why I want to document all this, because I want to show people that within themselves, everyone has what it takes. You just got to find it, and you got to be willing to dig deep. And everybody has it. It's a matter of whether are you going to be willing enough to dig that deep to go get it. So.